What's up guys, Perry here, and we are back with another showcase video, and we are going to be showcasing none other than the new update unit Tengen, his evolved version, Tengon Flashiness. Now, obviously his name is spelled Tangen, but they put the O there for copyright reasons. Now, do I think changing a single letter is going to save them from copyright? Probably not, but let's hope it does. So, we're just going to jump right into the Paragon mode. I find that this is the best game mode to showcase units in. Let's just get stronger enemies, sure. Start placing our farms down. Perfect. And we will start off with one Tengen. So, boom. Off placement, he just does a slam attack. And let's look at his passive. So, first passive is God of Flashiness. Let me just upgrade stuff while we're talking. So yeah, God of Flashiness passive. What does this do? Well, damage and range increase by 10%. Okay. This passive also caught me a little off guard. Maybe I'm illiterate, who knows. But the way that I interpret it, he gets 10% more damage and range, up to 60%. I'm pretty sure I was just outright wrong when I thought that though, because as you can see, he does not have 60% more damage, even though he's been attacking for a while. I believe this passive only affects... can I upgrade any of these guys? There we go. Just gotta make sure I'm getting my money as fast as possible. Yeah, anyways. Are these guys max? Perfect. I believe that this passive only affects his dodge chance. So, damage and range increased by 10%. That's just a flat buff. Like, as soon as you spawn him in, he gets 10% more range and damage. Yeah. Perfect, yeah, so as soon as you spawn him in, he just buffs himself by 10%, range and damage. Pretty neat passive. It's nothing too creative or extraordinarily out of this world, but hey, it's good. It gets the job done, it buffs your unit, and that is pretty useful. Basically the same thing that Igris has, where he buffs himself by 15% off placement. Tengen has the exact same thing. Where he differs is increased dodge chance by 3% with each attack performed up to 60. Now, that is actually a very, very good buff, and you can't really tell what your dodge chance is. That's more of a, hidden stat. But what dodge chance means is your character, how likely are they to not get stunned by an enemy attack. So the example that I'll use is in the double dungeon mode, when the big ass laser comes and rains down on your units and stuns them. If your character has a high dodge chance, they will probably just not get stunned at all. That is what dodge chance means. If they quote-unquote dodge an attack, it means that they will be immune to stun when they get hit by an enemy stun. There we go. A little bit hard to get those words out. It's a bit of a tongue twister. What I'm trying to say is, he basically has a chance to have Che's passive, where she is immune to all enemy stuns. At max, he'll have a 60% chance to be immune, which is, more than 50, so more often than not, you should be immune to stun. Does dodge reset every single time you dodge an attack? Does the percentage reset? I have no idea. I don't know if it stays like that the whole time. I'm assuming it stays like that the whole time. But yeah, that's his first passive. That's as well as I could explain it. Rhythm of Battle. Damage 10% with each consecutive attack on the same enemy up to 30%. SPA minus 2% with each attack performed down to 30%. So let's just start upgrading him. First, on upgrade 2, he gets a cone AoE attack called Returning Slash. And as you guys can see, he throws his sword, does a cool little spinny attack, and it just hits all the enemies in his range. Very, very nice. Upgrade him again. Now he's going to get a new move called String Performance. And this is a line AoE where he just spins his swords, rushes at the enemies. 6.44k, 3.9 second SPA. Pretty solid SPA. Upgrade him some more. Now, I believe this is where he becomes full AoE. Constant resounding slashes. So yeah, look at that. He becomes full AoE, 41.2 range, 11.68k damage with a 5.7 second SPA. This is incredibly good. There are barely any mythics in the game that have full AoE. In fact, I believe he is the only mythic in the game with full AoE. And you guys can see right there, he hits absolutely everything in his range. He has really, really solid range too. Now keep in mind, I do have Ethereal on this guy, meaning that your stats, if you get this guy and you don't have Ethereal, might be a little bit worse than this, but that doesn't really, how do I say it? Doesn't really take away from him. He's still going to be good regardless of what trait you have on him. Upgrade him again and again and again. Now we have his max damage. So with Ethereal at level 50, evolved with pretty good stats. I forgot what stats I have on him. It's like AAS. But yeah, 17.34k damage, 5.1 second SPA with 45 range. Very, very nice. And, you know, for a new mythic, when I first started using him, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I'm going to be... Why? I got mistaken. Yeah, for a new mythic, I was a little bit underwhelmed with him. I thought he would be a lot better than he was. But, okay, I guess he just stunned my farms. While I'm using him a little more, I'm coming to terms with the fact that he's actually really good. He's probably one of the best mythics in the game. He's just not insanely power crept, right? When the new update coming, I was assuming all the new update units were going to be insanely overpowered and just completely overshadow the past update 0 units. That's not the case, but that doesn't mean that he's bad. This dude does incredibly good damage. He's full AoE, he's multi-hit, and his passives are pretty decent, extra damage and SPA on the same enemy, so I guess that makes him a somewhat decent boss killer, as well as his first passive that just straight up buffs him, and his dodge chance is nice too. Overall, he is probably one of the best mythics in the game. I think I'd put him in top 3 mythics of all time. Well, not of all time, just top 3 current mythics in terms of, you know, usefulness, DPS, stuff like that. I could be completely wrong on that, but the way that I see it, he is a very, very solid unit. And that is going to be the Tengen Showcase. If you guys enjoyed the video, learned anything new, or just like to hear me talk about the game, feel free to like, sub, comment, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll catch you in the next one.